What is it? Is it a dragonfly? Hey, Hensley. You want to see a dragonfly up close? What if he's too cold to take off or what?
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a blue one.
Oh, there he goes, there he goes. Good morning from Upper Peninsula, Michigan. This morning, fellow journeyers, man, I think it's been my favorite thing about Michigan. I'm trying to think of places that like just surprised us as far as what we thought the state would be versus what it actually was. Colorado, we kind of knew what Colorado was, but it's crazy the difference elevation or northern or southwestern, all the different things in Colorado. I think it kind of surprised us. And I think Michigan's doing the same thing. Or Arizona, for instance. You think of desert or Phoenix, but then you go to Sedona, it's like a totally different experience. Michigan, oh my goodness, the difference in Michigan between southern Michigan and the Upper Peninsula, it's like not just different states, it's like different countries almost. So this is just awesome. We're excited to be hitting somewhere that, well, this place doesn't have hookups, which isn't that big of a deal, but then there's no generator usage. And we have cloud cover, trees, the whole deal. So we're excited to get somewhere with some power. We did fine. Stayed here a few nights with the fridge and the whole deal, but we did have to watch our power just a little bit because we're basically not getting anything in. And that residential fridge is just sucking the life out of batteries. But yeah, just crazy, all the different things you can see, all the different things you experience. Before we head out today, so yesterday, of course, we're in Tahquamenon Falls State Park is where we're staying. You got to see the falls. A lot of people consider this top 5 things to do in the Upper Peninsula. So yesterday, we went and we checked out Tahquamenon Falls.
I feel like we got down here fast. Wow. It's right here.
There are a lot of different views of the falls. This one's called the Brink view. This is really cool.
That's the foam I was reading about.
Foam? What'd you read about with the foam?
I can't remember now. But it talked about the foam was specific to the falls as well as the color.
So maybe root beer because of the foam as well? Like root beer float kind of thing? Or?
Oh, that's good thinking.
That's probably why they went root beer instead of just Coca-Cola. Or...
Maybe root beer paid them a lot of money.
What do you think, buddy? You multitasking, buddy?
He worked up a thirst climbing all those steps.
I bet he did. Now Lower Falls, as far as the parking, Upper Falls is the same way. They do have RV parking at both of these. It looks pretty decent. The dog's being a beaver? That's funny. What do you think about that dog being a beaver?
Silly.
Ooh, this is really cool.
So here, Lower Falls Island. The Taquamenon River flows around an 8-acre island in front of you. Isn't that cool?
So that's an island?
Waterfall on either side of the island make up the Lower Falls.
Wow.
So that's why the best way to see them is to rent a rowboat. This one has a motor on it.
That's a better idea.
What's the price difference of that?
What's said she doesn't?
I'm not sure I know how to row a rowboat. I don't think I've ever been in a rowboat.
I guess you picked a good day to be a ferry, Hensley. Come here. JJ, you ready, bud?
Where's a good spot to be? Like who needs...
Who's rowing?
Who's gonna row? You got the guys?
I'll row, or he can row, whichever. I'll row, it's
Yeah,
fine.
the rower goes on that middle seat
All right.
there.
All right.
You want
To get position here.
Have you rowed a boat?
I don't know if I have actually. Now I think about
Everyone
it.
should experience rowing the boat.
Stuart can row a boat.
I was gonna say, you need me to row a boat? I mean, I'm moving. I just don't know. I'm not promising I'm gonna move as fast as.
We are going backwards, just so you know.
Okay, we're gonna fix that. Give me a minute. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it.
Oh, we got it. He's got the rhythm now.
Oh no, wrong one. Where are we going?
Just directly across to that dock.
We're going to the dock. All right.
Let's go to the dock first.
This is going well.
I got it. I got it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm exhausted. How far from the dock are we?
We are about 30 feet.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think, buddy? You like the boat? Luckily, I don't think this is a timed excursion.
Oh my goodness.
This counts as your workout for the day.
Are we there yet? Oh my goodness.
No.
All I know is I never want to get lost at sea with you.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
This is why we RV and we're not on a boat.
Now granted, I'm gonna have to YouTube just to make sure I know how to do this on the way back, so I don't embarrass myself.
No, I'm gonna be filming you every second since you're talking it up. I took one for the team and did it first. I have canoed. I have not. I don't know if I've ever rowed a boat.
Rowing a boat is extremely weird at first. I'm not gonna lie.
That guy's got it down. He's got the motion there. Are we just going to here? Look how beautiful the color of that water is, though. It's like amber. This boat's probably pretty heavy, too. Just saying from my end. Here we go.
Beautiful paddling. One last time.
I'm just good.
There we go.
I almost went back there.
All right. That was pretty graceful. No, we're good. We made it.
No, you're wearing your legs.
We made it.
It was just like a...
Wow, that felt way farther than that
It
is.
acted like we were lost at sea.
Yeah, that felt way farther. It's cool. It's like we're on an island. Well, we are on an island, I guess. Pretty bad parking job here. So beautiful. It's like stepping into another world a little bit. Check that out. That's cool. Wow. Wow.
It's totally worth the $20 and the navigation of
Navigation.
100 feet to get over here to see it up close, and you can literally play in the water. It's amazing.
It's just crazy fun kind of navigating around over here. All the trees and the walkway, and this is so cool. You girls getting in? Yeah? We're not sure. We think this might be where you can hike down and come down the other side over there if you want to see it that way. But, believe it or not, the boat ride was not easy, but it's way easier than hiking 4 miles for the kids. So at least it's just me struggling. What do you think, bud? JJ approved?
Oh, anytime he can splash in the water, he's for it. What makes Taquamenon Falls so special is that color, that coppery, it's almost like an amber color. It's very unique. So what makes that color is the tannins from the hemlock, spruce, and cedar trees. And it makes this beautiful color. And there's also this foam that is produced. And it's because the water is so soft and from the churning of the falls. So you'll notice this is a very unique falls area. The water is super clean as well. Like, you can see how clear it is. So despite the color, it's a super clean water. You can see all the way down to the bottom.
I think today is just another day. It's definitely just another day of, like, you never know what you're gonna get in Michigan. Like, it's such a grab bag of like things to do. It's so cool. This is just, man, between the color of the water and the foam, and then the waterfalls are awesome as well. I mean, it's just so much fun. You get down in it, really awesome.
When you think of Michigan, I know when we said, oh, we're going to Michigan for the summer, I don't think a lot of people know of all the beauty and how diverse the state is. I mean, we've been in sand dunes, water that is lakes that looks like oceans. You've got these amazing falls here, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before with these, you know, with the copper water. Like, it's beautiful. So, I mean, I think traveling really gives you a different perspective on, you know, the area you're traveling or your country, because there's just so much that you don't know about until you start exploring. And Michigan is definitely one of those places that is just like all over the place beautiful.
You like when he does that?
I love when he just takes his seat everywhere he is out in nature. He just like, I love it. It's so cute.
Stuart's been talking smack. Let's see what he's got here.
I'm gonna hit you with an oar.
Trying to get out of the way. All right, that's already better than I did. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive.
Today we're finishing packing up. I've got a love-hate. Honestly, you talk to any family that's been on the road more than 2 minutes and they have a love-hate as well with the bicycles. Every single time we change rigs, every time we change travel trailer, motorhome, fifth wheel, like I have to like, okay, where are the bikes gonna go? It's like the first question we have to ask just about. On this RV, we opted to put the bikes under this front bay. Since we didn't do our batteries in there, we have all that storage, which is great from like a storage perspective, but it is a nightmare as far as like from my back perspective of hunching down and getting all these bikes. And it's like, it's Jingo pretty much. You wanna hand me all the bike stuff? Maybe you can just hand me stuff and I'll put it in. Here we go. Get the big bike. Oh. Everything literally has to go in the exact same way, like every time. Yes, that's next, good job. Then the tire. That's a great idea, thank you. Oh, my back, I'm feeling it. Oh, good job, buddy. Reusable zip ties, awesome. Oh yeah, one more thing. This is the new addition to the puzzle here. Here we go. Like a glove. Boom. We're at the Rivermouth campground area. This is the rustic side, so you got two different sides. You got multiple campgrounds, but then also multiple areas within those campgrounds. And this is what, if you see the word rustic, not always, but usually, it'll mean that there are no hookups, and then also a lot of times no generator usage or very limited generator usage. So if you got a big rig, I'll even call a big rig 35 feet or more, like 30% or less of the sites you could probably fit in on this rustic side, but then the other side is sort of the flip, like probably 70% or more you can fit. And the other ones have water and electric. So you can still stay in this area, but I will say, if you can get into this side, and if you're okay with staying no water, no electric, no sewer, no generator, like you're right next to the river over here. It's super nice. The other side, it's nice, you're in the woods, but it's definitely not the same feel as what you get on this rustic side. And in general, that's the way it is with RVing. The more you're willing to give up as far as water, electric, sewer, sometimes even generator, like the more rustic, the more of a nature feel you're gonna get from the site you're in. Monsooned here. Oh my goodness, the sides are like underwater. That's our site. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to do here. So we've gotten moved over to 8. All these are just, we couldn't, there weren't a whole lot of campgrounds to get into, and they were all booked up. We got what we could get, so. Okay. I'm gonna turn all the way around. I'm gonna come back in on my back end here. This isn't great, but I will say that Lindsay and Stuart are having a worse day, I believe. I'll ask them to get here.
They're pretty sure they took a 4-wheeling road to get here.
There's a lot of 4-wheeling roads around here. They're asking us if we took the same road, and we're like, no, like it's all highway. So they turned off somewhere. But you ready to get set up, bud? See if we're gonna be side to side pretty good here, but I think we're not in the water. I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so here's where we currently stand. It's been like an hour. We're about to finish up getting in, and then we were told, oh, we can't give you 8 because someone has 8 for 2 weeks. They're coming in 2 days. It just doesn't line up. And then so plan C, we're back to site 6, but she said just park parallel. We'll figure it out when this dries out, or we'll just stay this way or whatever. But we are technically taking up all of site 6, part of site 7, and then part of site 5 over there. It's just a big mess. And I just don't think, I mean, we could look for another campground, but when we tried to book this a month ago, we couldn't find other options. And so I'm pretty sure last second we're not going to find other options either to move and get 6 nights in a row that we need to cover us over the weekend. That's been the problem in Michigan during the week. Yeah, you can usually find something. Maybe it's not ideal, but you can find something. But once you run into the weekends, and that's where we're at. We're overlapping over a weekend. Kind of is what it is at this point, probably. Marissa's given up. She's tried to keep him out of the puddles.
I think it's inevitable at this point.
Just let him go.
We're living in a mud puddle, so I don't know. Whatever.
So yeah, we're I don't know. I gotta wash. Oh my goodness. I don't know. This is a mess.
I need to check on Stuart and Lindsay.
Okay. Yeah, check on them. What are you doing? You little fucker. You don't need any more water. I think you're good. He's loving this, aren't you? Yeah, I'm gonna say 50-50 this thing levels out. We'll see. Oh man. We are so muddy. Oh goodness. I just heard a click. Oh man, what's the click? Yeah, that's, oh man. Well, if you ever want to see what it looks like when it fails, there you go. Left mid jack fault, left front jack, jack fault, jack fault, jack fault. Wow. Clear all faults by pressing enter. I can't press enter. Okay, so long story short, did get it pretty level, did not do it automatically, I had to come back and manually do it. So it took me like 45 minutes to set up. I wish I could show you guys every last second of how I set it up, but I was like, I want to film everything I can, but at the same time, I just want to get it done. Just know that today, long day getting into this site. This is the same system that comes on almost all these. So if you can't get to automatically level, this is kind of what you'll be doing probably. So going to leveling, and then manual mode, and I've got it on 3, so it's actually a little high, but I'm thinking this is gonna sink at some point, so I actually overdid it just a tad to let that sink down. But yeah, so you can manually retract, extend, all that stuff in here. So if the auto settings start going crazy, which they can, you can at least manually come in and do what you need to do, and you can only manually do so much. They can only extend so far before you start getting faults. How often does this happen? Not very often. Like, I think fewer than 5 times since we've had this RV. Maybe fewer than 3 times. Very few times. And usually I know. I look at it and I'm like, oh man, it's way unlevel on that side. Let me see what I can do.
Looks like they finally made it. They had quite the adventure, didn't they?
They went off-roading on a 4-wheeler path and then showed up to their flooded site. So yeah, Lindsay texts me and is like, it's all part of the journey, right? I'm like, that's what you have to keep saying on the days, because the highs are highs and the lows are lows, and it's not always glorious. Sometimes it's a huge mud puddle and a off-roading mess.